So hello and welcome to the Creating Business Beyond This Reality Summit. And my guest today is so much fun. She has a big, strong background in business, but she's just also one of the kindest people, great with horses. Welcome, Callie Lane. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks so much for having me, Erica.
Did I make that up? How did I think you were good with horses?
Actually, that's funny. I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but I haven't ridden in years, but I grew up riding horses, doing equestrian team,
Oh
4-H
my
and stuff.
God.
Yeah. So
Lori, what do you think about her in the introduction? So maybe just tell me, like, for those people who are listening, that they want a list, they want a checklist. Like, I want to build my business. I want it to go a certain way so I can leave my 9 to 5, or whatever.
Mhm.
What can you tell people for just kind of getting started that is a little bit different than that?
A little different than the checklist. Yeah, I like having a checklist too. I don't usually actually end up going about it that way, but for me, gosh, the things that have been the biggest for me are tapping into what it is that really inspires me more than anything else. Because a lot of times, if you hunt down the checklist or you're trying to find all the steps to take, it kind of it dulls it. And it has gotten because I there are times I've done that and I'm like I have to do all the research first, get all the books first, and I end up not taking any steps because by the time I read all that, it's like it's not fun anymore.
I know that's so true. That's really true with book marketing. And I was talking to someone this morning about marketing their book, and I said, you don't really want to know every single thing before you finish writing your book. You don't really want to know every single thing that might happen to market it. I mean, you can start asking questions and start getting ideas, but one of the quickest ways to derail a project is to overwhelm it with so many to-dos that you don't feel like doing anything.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, it's true. Um, it's easy to do. At least it's easy to do for me to overwhelm it. It's kind of actually it's interesting that you mentioned that too because lately, over the last like probably 6 weeks or so, there's been a big aspect of stepping back and just looking at one thing at a time, which isn't something that I always like to do. When I do get inspired, I'm seeing all of these things at once that need to change, and actually just being able to like it's not like forget about them, but focusing on just one thing or a couple things and actually doing them, which is the other big part, is just taking those steps. Um, it's been changing things a lot for me.
I found that I had to take imperfect action and it was very uncomfortable. So when I built my podcast, I started visioning it. I started getting an idea of the energy of it. I started like putting the pieces into place that were required. And then I couldn't, like, immediately I had shown to me like the highest possible quality sound room.
I like it, yeah.
And I went, if I wait till I have everything perfectly in place, I won't have a podcast for another year, you know?
Right. I did that with my office. And,
Yeah.
I have the bigger vision of what I'd like it to look like and feel like when I do have several massage therapists, an office manager, and all of this stuff. And I don't have that right now. And I realized when I was starting to build my business, build it again about a year ago. And I was looking at all of the different pieces. Like I want, the ideal office. I want to start creating the systems. I need to hire people for this and this. And when I looked at what was actually like the most important, I was like, people have been coming to me for years, regardless of where I've been. Like, as much as I really want this like perfect space, it wasn't the thing that I realized was actually going to create my business the most right then.
Wow. That is really interesting because I totally got a hit on how many people think they need the perfect website. And I
Yeah.
remember when I built Happy Publishing, um, I couldn't really come up with like the book company is so beautiful. The people I publish are so amazing. Like straight off the get go. Like I had amazing people to publish and amazing books to publish. And I couldn't it wasn't making money in the beginning. And I was like, how do I fund a $10,000 website? Which sorry, Happy Publishing wanted this like stunning website. And I went, huh. Oh,